Hello geometry students, this is Mrs. Hefty. Today we are talking about section 1-6, which is on two-dimensional figures. And you were asked to read page 56 and 57 and complete the information that I already have on the smartboard for you. You're supposed to define a polygon, and a polygon is a closed figure formed by coplanar segments. That means segments that are in the same plane, like on a piece of paper. And so I already have one drawn here, and then it says you're supposed to label the parts. The points are called the vertexes, and the line segments are called the sides. What is the difference between a concave polygon and a convex polygon? I think of concaved as if I put a cake in the oven and I take it out. What happens with my cake if I take it out too early? It caves in. So a concaved polygon is really a caved in polygon. There's my cake. And it's caved in. Convex would not have a caved in area. All of the edges would be sticking out. Now, if you're unsure, what you could do is you could extend all of the sides, and if it goes inside, then it's concaved. And so at this point, let me show you what I'm talking about. If I extend this side, see how when I draw this line segment and I extend it into a line, see how it's going inside the figure? So that's caved in. Let's go over to the convex one. If you extend the sides and all those lines stay on the outside, then it's convex. So if I extend the sides, see how I'm extending all my sides, and all of my lines are on the outside, so that would be convex. A polygon, you were supposed to classify them by size, and you had a chart in your notes, and I did not put the chart on here, but you need to know that 9-sided is nonagon, that an 8-sided is octagon, and anything that doesn't have a special name, like a 25-sided figure, is classified as a 25-gon. The next thing you are asked to do is to find equilateral polygon and draw one. Equilateral means equal sides. Equal sides. So I have a polygon drawn with equal sides. You might have had something different drawn. Maybe you drew this, a triangle with equal sides. That's the equilateral triangle. Regular polygons are angles and sides that are equal. So not every equilateral polygon is regular. If you look at this picture up here, my angles, this angle here and that angle there, they are not equal. So this one is not regular. The one that I have drawn, I have a pentagon drawn, and all of my sides are equal, and I really should be labeling, marking all of my sides equal. And then my angles equal as well. So regular class periods mean all of the class periods are equal. Regular polygon means angles and sides are equal. So now I'm trying to think of a regular polygon with 3 sides. So you maybe have written triangle down, but I'm looking for a special 3-sided figure. It needs to be regular, which means all sides are equal and all angles are equal. So I'm looking for the triangle that has all sides equal and all angles equal. And so you're probably at this point writing equilateral triangle down. Now I'm trying to find a regular polygon that has 4 sides. So remember, I'm looking for all sides equal and all angles equal. So if you wrote parallelogram down, that's incorrect. If you wrote rectangle down, That's incorrect. I need sides equal and angles equal. So that answer would be square. Okay, let's take a look at our exercises. Name each polygon by its number of sides and then classify it as convex or concaved and regular or irregular. So you're asked to do 3 things here. Name it by its sides. 2, classify by convex or concaved. And then 3, you need to decide if it's regular or irregular. So how many sides do we have in number 1? Here we have 6 sides. So a 6-sided figure is a hexagon. A hexagon. All right, now I'm looking for convex or concaved. I can see that all of my sides are jutting out, but if I want to use the line trick, when I extend all my lines, they're all going on the outside, so this would be convex. And then the last thing is it regular or irregular? All of my sides are equal and all of my angles are equal, so that would be regular. Let's take a look at number 2. So number 2, I need to name it by its number of sides. If you've written parallelogram down, that is a special quadrilateral, special 4-sided figure. So looking for quadrilateral, whoops, I'm a little bit high here, quadrilateral on that one. And then I need to classify it by convex or concaved. And again, you can tell it's jutting out all the way around. You can tell it's convex, but if you need to do the number or the lines, go ahead and extend all the lines. All the lines are outside, so it's convex. And then you need to decide regular or irregular. This one is irregular because I don't have those angles marked. I don't know the angles are congruent, so it's irregular. In number 3, we need to decide the number of sides, and we have 5 sides, so that would be pentagon. And then classify it by convex or concaved. I can see that that's caving in. I want to do my line trick. See how the line's going inside? So that's concaved. And I don't have equal sides, so it's irregular. In our next part of our exercises, we're asked to find the perimeter and the area. Perimeter is adding up the sides. So perimeter equals, I need to add up my 3 sides, 3, 4, and 5. This would be my work. I'm writing my numbers down, then I add them up to get 12, and inches would be my label. Then I need to find the area. Area of a triangle is half base times height. I don't know that you need to write down the formula in your work, in your homework, but I'm communicating with you what the formula is, so if you need to write it down, you can. And so now I need half. Base and height have to be at right angles, so 3 is my base, height is my 4. Okay, so now my area equals half of 12, which is 6 inches squared. Let's take a look at letter B. So we need perimeter. Perimeter is adding up the sides. So maybe you're going to go 2 plus 3. This is a 2 and that's a 3. So that would be your work. Then when you add them up, you're going to get 10. Now somebody might have said, Miss Hefty, I'm going to write 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3, and that is correct as well. And our label is feet. Now I need to do area. This time I have a rectangle. Area equals base times height is the formula. So area equals 2 times 3, and if you switched them around and wrote 3 times 2, it is commutative, meaning you can rearrange the numbers on multiplication. Our area is 6 inches squared. Letter C, we have a circle, and we're asked to find the perimeter, which would be the circumference. Circumference formula is pi d, or, I'm going to sneak up here, circumference is 2r pi, right? 2 radii make a diameter. All right, so at this point, I'm going to use this formula because I have 5 for my radius. Circumference equals 2 times 5 times pi. Now, if you wrote circumference is 10 pi, that's great. I'll punch that in my calculator. I'm going to get 3 14/100 inches. Next, they asked me to find the area. Area is pi r squared. That's our formula for finding the area of a circle. Now you got to plug your radius in there. Area equals pi 5 squared. And this is the information that you should be writing down in your homework. Don't just punch that in your calculator. I need to see pi times 5 squared on the paper, and then go ahead and type that into your calculator. 25 pi, which is 78 5/10 inches squared. So people, you make sure you're writing the details down in your homework. Let's take a look at the last problem. They ask us to graph it and then find the perimeter and the area. I already have my points plotted. If you need to pause the video to plot your points, go ahead. Pause that video. Okay, so I'm looking for perimeter. Perimeter equals, I'd add up the sides. My first side is AB, my second side is BC, and my third side is AC. When I'm looking at the picture, I can count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my AC is 6. However, I cannot count AB out. I'm going to have to either use the distance formula, or because I have a picture, I could do the Pythagorean theorem. And remember that we had done this in a previous lesson where you had a choice between distance formula or using Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem in this one. So I'm looking and I need to find the hypotenuse, which is my AB. So I'm going to use AB equals, I need my two legs, 1, 2, 3, 3 squared, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 squared. So this is my work, people. I'm not just punching this in my calculator. I need to communicate what I'm doing. AB squared equals 9 plus 49. AB squared equals 58. AB equals root 58. And I'm going to leave that in radical form. I'm going to write that up here where AB is. Square root of 58. I need to find BC yet. So I'm going to come over on this side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw my triangle. When I do that, I'm going, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's identical to this first triangle. It's identical to this one, so I'm going to get the same answer. So I don't need to write that down again. I'm going to come right in here. I'm going to write root 58. Now they're not always going to be the same, so you might have to do Pythagorean theorem twice. At this point, you need to add them together. Now don't punch this in your calculator, people. How many root 58s do you see there? That's 2 root 58s plus 6. So we're reviewing our algebra. Algebra is crucial as we move on. So this would be one of my answers. Now I'm going to punch in 2 times root 58, and I'm going to add 6. I'll get 21.2, and I'm going to write units. Next thing I need to do is find the area. 1/2 base times height. I'm running out of time. I'm going to count my base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was 7. Or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. This is 6.
count this,